Welcome to the Robot Lab and the wrap-up of our second sprint. We focused on the question, what happens if you take encounters between robots and other entities as starting point for designing their interactions.
I'm on my knees.
Robot design is often goal-oriented and based on human-human interaction. And this way, the behavior that is designed cannot be very improvisational. There is very little space for that. And also you easily overlook what happens in encounters and how that brings about emotions in humans. Well, creative robotics has the expertise to work with robots, and this is a real big technological challenge. And Ulrike Quade Company has a lot of expertise with working with inanimate objects and bringing objects to life, giving them a soul.
We're very interested in working with robotics because we're, as a company, quite future-oriented. We like exploring what possible futures look like as we see robots becoming a bigger part of our everyday life. We see it as our responsibility as artists to explore those futures and see what collaborations can look like. And it also makes a lot of sense coming from puppet theater, animating inanimate objects, that we use our knowledge towards robotics. And within this series of sprints, we put the robot plus a different ingredient together in every session to see what that encounter would bring.
The biggest challenge is to translate the ideas to the technical side with the robots. We have to see if it's safe and if it's doable. Okay, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do this by hand? Are we going to program it? Is it going to be with an artist next to it, or is it just the robot by itself?
I'm a performance artist working a lot with sound, and we found a way to attach the microphone of the loop station to the kuka. So we improvised with sound, with text and with movement. In the improvisation I was really looking for a relationship.
I'm pretty limited in how I can move the robot. Normally when you program a robot, you can make the whole part and you can make multiple axes move at the same time, and with the improv I move it by hand, and then it's limited to an on-off situation, so I can move axis by axis, or I can do the Cartesian, but I cannot mix them up. Working with robots can be pretty time consuming programming wise, because you have to take into account the speed, the safety, the environment where they are in.
So the next sprint will be about movement. Where does that movement come from? How does it happen? How do people interpret this movement? And how can we use that for human-robot interaction? And I'm really looking forward to that, because this is a very central question also in robotics, and I think we have a different answer to that.